The House session convenes from today at a crucial juncture when all the attention in the past few weeks has revolved around the controversial multi-million-dollar MCC agreement. The main opposition, already in a mindset to stall the House session, it braces for an intriguing week to see the fate of a number of ordinances, including the MCC bill. Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan, and these are the top stories of the hour. Federal Parliament session to begin from today. Ruling alliance puts budget and MCC agreement on priority. Opposition's ready to up the sleeps. The construction of Lumbini and Pokhara International Airport is stalled. Nisgat International Airport fails to kick off despite 35 years since planning began. The Taliban announced an interim government in Afghanistan, declaring the country the Islamic Emirates. Hassan Akhund, who is on a UN blacklist, leads the government. And second seed Daniil Medvedev stormed to the US Open semi-finals to keep his bid for a maiden Grand Slam trophy alive. Canadian teen sensation Leila Fernandez also through. The ruling and opposition alliances have been doing legworks for the course of action prior to the parliamentary session that begins from today. The main opposition, CPNUML, is likely to obstruct the House session. Parties, meanwhile, have not reached any agreement to endorse the budget by suspending a few articles of the Constitution, even as the ruling Nepali Congress has held discussions with the main opposition, CPNUML, in this regard. The main opposition, CPNUML, is likely to obstruct the parliament session that begins from today, raising questions on role of the government and Speaker Agni Sapkota and hold further proceedings. Speaking with Kantipur News, party spokesperson Pradeep Gemwali informed that they will raise questions on role of Speaker in party division. The party, which had once pushed for the endorsement of MCC agreement bill while leading the government, has decided to stand against the bill after being pushed out of the government. The ruling Nepali Congress, meanwhile, is preparing to table all the ordinances at the session. The parliamentary party meeting of Nepali Congress held yesterday decided it will face possible obstruction from the opposition. The party has been preparing to defend the ruling alliance in the parliament in issues of ordinances and MCC bill. The division in the CPNUML at the center has affected almost all provinces, as the party has lost its grip in 6 provinces, while the breakaway party, CPN Unified Socialist, has become stronger with 23% hold in overall parliamentary equation. 54 lawmakers in different provinces decided to defect CPN-UML to join CPN Unified Socialist within the 21 days deadline given by the Election Commission. This is 23% of total 234 provincial assembly seats of all 7 provinces. 10 out of 51 lawmakers from CPN-UML in Province 1 have chosen to join CPN Unified Socialist, while 13 lawmakers in Province 2 left the party. With this, the party has been limited to 8 lawmakers in the Provincial Assembly. Likewise, 13 lawmakers decided to defect the party in Bagmati province, even as CPN-UML tried to reduce effect of party split by appointing Astalakshmi Sakya as Chief Minister. Meanwhile, 13 lawmakers in Karnali province decided to remain in the party, while only 3 of them decided to quit. However, CPN Unified Socialist has become the largest party in Sudur Paschim province, where 14 of 25 lawmakers of CPN-UML had joined the new party. The party has saved its position in Gandaki province, as no lawmakers left the party, while only 1 lawmaker chose the newly formed party in Lumbini province. Likewise, 16 lawmakers have decided to quit Janta Samajwadi Party to join the newly formed Democratic Socialist Party. Many stakeholders have drawn the government's attention, and it has also been repeatedly evident that the number of passengers have exceeded the capacity of the Tribhuvan International Airport. A second international airport has been long due from the government. However, despite plans and spending billions of rupees across the year, several international airports have yet to complete, let alone come into operation. We have more in this report.
Constructions of the Gautam Buddha International Airport began in the Nepalese fiscal year 2072. It had a target of completing within 3 years. However, despite the lapse of 4 years, the airport has yet to come into operation. The 31 billion rupees project has cited the pandemic as the reason behind the delay. in addition to the delays in land acquisition and disputes between Chinese and Nepalese contractor companies. The project team has said 98% of the construction works have completed. However, it is yet unclear when the airport will come into operation. The story is similar for Pokhara Regional International Airport. The government had extended the airport construction timeline by 1 year in June after it failed to meet the 4 years deadline. The project team says 17% of the 22 billion rupees project is remaining. The Pokhara Airport project team has also cited the COVID pandemic, land acquisition delays, obstruction from the locals, and technical difficulties as the reason behind the sluggishness. Meanwhile, the much-touted and equally criticized Nijgarh International Airport has yet to begin despite the lapse of 35 years since it was envisioned. It has also been 8 years since the government enlisted the Nijgarh Airport as one of the National Pride Project. The only international airport in the country, Trivandrum International Airport, sees over 7 million passengers each year. There is a growing call on authorities to expedite the constructions of additional airports as the number of passengers outgrow TIA's regular capacity.
And in our public voice segment, we had asked in Dadel-Dhura, Dhanusa and Sunsari, how effective do they find public services? Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice.
जबसम्म कुनै पनि राजनीतिक दलसँग तपाई आबद्ध हुनु हुँदैन भने तपाईको काम अड्किहाल्छ।
करप्सन दिनानुदिन यो वृद्धि हुँदै गएको छ। त्यसको मेन कारण कर्मचारी तन्त्र नै हो अथवा घुसिया कर्मचारी नै हुन्।
यो पुगेन त्यो पुगेन भनेर अनावश्यक दुःख दिने प्रवृत्ति चाहिँ एकदम बढिरहेको छ। कागजपत्र मिलेको छ भने पनि यो ले भन्ने उ लिने भन्ने मान्छे कतिपयले दुःख पाइरहेको हुन्छन्। खर्च बचत तिरेर आएको हुन्छन् टाढाबाट, तर आज काम नगरेर उनीहरूले फेरि दुःख दिएर भोलि त्यही कामको लागि आउनुपर्ने हुन्छ।
And now time for our segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why have airport construction projects highly prioritized by the government stalled? Your options are option A, leadership's disinterest, option B, negligent contractors, and option C, unwilling public officials. The voting is on. Type in EWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share opinion with us. And those were our latest headlines. Our next English bulletin will be at 11 this morning. Good day.